Alrighty. Hey guys, it's Alexis. I hope you're doing well. This is gonna be another no edit video, so you're gonna have to deal with me and my rambling. But hold on. But I'm gonna be putting together, finishing a pair of suspenders, and in the meantime, starting a radio strap. Hopefully we'll get into some painting and all that. But this is my new shop. I guess I'll show you the quick layout. If you guys been with me for a while, I've changed the shop maybe 3 times. I got rid of a table and reorganized, but I think this is, I say it's gonna be this way forever, but you know, that's probably not the case. But I've used this maybe for a week already, and I do like the layout. I feel like I have more space now because I have this workout equipment right here. But let me show you what I'm talking about. Hold on. I'm gonna go ahead and just move my camera. It's a little bit messy because we still have to move some stuff, but that's basically it. All right, so my workout stuff right there, and then the shop over there. All right, let me show you some other stuff real quick. Whoa, sorry. Yeah, so this is my garage. Most of you guys know that already. But as far as in the shop itself, I changed some of the inventory. I put a lot of the leather straps underneath the table, a little cleaner. And over here on these racks, I have some bellies and some backs, like by the spine. And then over here, I have some natural bellies and backs. And on the other one, over there, I have some random, on that rack right there, there's some random straps, some leftover straps that I don't really use for anything. So most of the bulk of my work and inventory is gonna be down there. And of course, this ridiculous table right over here, I never really used before. It was more of a holdover, extra stuff, tools, and I'm gonna leave it that way and actually just go ahead and completely cover it with stuff that I use all the time. And that's it. So what was important for me was to figure out this workflow over here. All right. This was kind of important to put the skiver right there. I really don't skive a whole belt. So this stuff being in the way over here is not gonna be a big deal. I only usually just get the tips or the ends. And then my power burnisher and my sewing machine, I could just roll out of there when I need it, which I don't use all the time. So I wanted to be able to tuck it away. This video ended up being a shop tour. That's not really the case. There goes my little mannequin. And I have a tool belt there that I'll get into another video. I'll pull it out here in this video. But that's gonna be something I'm gonna be offering soon. And then my clicker is situated kind of nicely. And then of course, my tool chest with all my dies and hardware and everything else over there, which gives me enough room to actually work out right here. Barely. All I have to do is move these racks out of the way and I'll be able to get to my dumbbells, and that's it. So anyway, yeah, that's the shop tour. We'll talk about what I'm gonna end up doing today. And that is basically, I already glued this a couple weeks ago. Not a couple weeks ago, a couple days ago. So we're gonna end up stitching that. Hold on, let me move again. Let me get back over here. What's wrong with me? We'll try this position over here. I did get my new windows in, by the way. I'm excited about it. All right. So this is a pair of suspenders right here. We're gonna go ahead and stitch this, but before we stitch it, we're gonna go ahead and assemble a pair of radio straps or a set of radio straps. And what we're gonna do is glue that so that while that's gluing and drying, we can go ahead and finish this one. This way we can use our time wisely. I don't wanna stitch this and get this all put together and then glue the radio strap. So we're gonna do the radio strap first. And then while that's gluing and drying, we'll go ahead and work on everything else. So in the meantime, I'm gonna see if I can get a better angle. Okay, I think this is gonna have to do, guys. I'm not using my clicker, so I am over here by my clicker right now. Is this gonna be good? I don't even know. Yeah, we'll leave it like that. We'll leave it like that, y'all. How about that? We'll leave her like that. I don't know how long this video is gonna be. I am wearing sandals. I'm taking them off because they make a lot of noise. So I don't recommend being barefoot in the leather shop, but I'll take the risk. I swept already, so I don't have any burrs or anything. All right, let me get my notes. And I'm really eager to paint this guy's radio strap because he wants something really cool, and that's red letters, a white outline. So let's go ahead and glue his stuff in. I don't know if you can see these notes, but this has his address and stuff. I don't want you to see that unless you want to stalk him. All right, so this gentleman here wants a radio strap, black, adjustable, and okay, and the size is gonna be 62. So I'll come down here, I'll go ahead and source my black strap, pre-cut already, ready to go, because most of my work is radio straps, suspenders, glove straps, chin straps, which I do want to get into another day. I might have to start really spending time on what I'm actually selling and really ramp that up because, I mean, that makes sense, doesn't it? Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna double check, because I always double check all the time, triple check. Black radio strap, adjustable. That matters to me because if it's fixed, then the process of sizing is gonna be different. So I gotta account for the buckle system. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I have a video on my channel, how to make a Firefighter radio strap, fixed version versus adjustable. I actually sell the templates as well and kits. So if you don't have the resources, the hardware, I sell kits. Check out my website. It comes with the whole strap and every other small pieces pre-punched already, and include the hardware and the backing leather and the whole leather. It's actually a good deal because obviously I make money on the kit, but it'll still save you money and time and headache. Let me get in the video. Those kits will save you time because I aggregate all that information for you, all the hardware. So you could probably get all the material cheaper, but you have to buy maybe the whole side or maybe a strap, kind of expensive, $20 for just a strap. Then you have to buy the backing material. I don't know if you can just buy a 4 to 5 ounce just strap. I don't know if that's possible. Usually it's like 8 to 9 ounce or 10 ounce straps. And all the hardware, you have to buy the O-ring from this company, the Chicago screws from over here. So just the shipping and different vendors that you're gonna buy alone, why not just buy from me? A kit, and I have everything for you. That's a pitch, all right? And you better buy it. If you don't, I'm gonna find out where you live, and I'm gonna say hi. That was dumb. That was the dumbest joke I ever said. I was gonna say, I'm gonna find out where you live and I'm gonna punch you in the face, but I realized some people might not get my humor. I am talking a lot. Let me get to the point. Wow. Okay, so anyway, we're talking about adjustable versus fixed. So I have to account for the buckle. I already have that in my brain. Been doing this for a while. So I see a size and I kind of know where I need to make my marks. So as far as for this order, this radio strap, I'm just gonna punch it out, mark my letters, and then stamp my letters, glue, and then I'll do the painting and then stitch another day. But let me verify. I'm going to be quiet here because I need to verify. Size 62 adjustable. Size 62 adjustable. Let me just super confirm that every time. Okay. I super confirmed it in my brain. That's going to give me 3. So 62 minus 8. Can you guys help me? What's that, 54? All right. I trust you. 62 minus 8 is indeed 54. Here, and then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I'm marking my holes for the buckle, the slot. Okay, 62 divided by 2 is 31, plus 4 is 35, plus 2.5 is 37.5, plus 6. 37 plus 6 would be 43, plus the half is 43.5. Right? You see? I'm done. That's all marked out. There is one thing I want to double check real quick in my print. Stand by. Oh, it's all the way over here. And that is how much tail. I always never really remember this. Sometimes a lot of guys give a 4-inch tail past the last hole. Sometimes I do 3-inch, sometimes I do 4-inch tail. And I never remember this. Okay, it's what I thought. It's 3. Because if you only have, 2 adjustment holes, then a 4-inch tail might not be long enough. So it kind of matters. I don't know if that even makes sense. Just ignore what I just said. I can't edit the video, so I'm stuck with what I just said. All right, that's good. I'm gonna cut this out. When I say cut it out, I mean punch it out. This handy dandy Finandy. That's what it's called. Coffee's starting to kick in. This is where I get ridiculous. Okay. Little noise, y'all. I'll throw it backwards and I make it. Nope. That's why I didn't play in the NBA. Okay. Now, the beauty of so I don't know if you remember, but underneath, let me give you my beautiful face here. AKA not beautiful face. The reason why this is the problem with live. Not live, but you know what I mean. Okay, the beauty of, I'm trying to get comfortable here. The beauty of, almost fell. The beauty of cutting your straps at 70 inches. So underneath here, remember I showed you in the beginning of the video, all my straps are 70 inches long. It doesn't mean that I'm gonna make a radio strap 70 inches, but when you cut out your straps, this is done for his adjustable radio strap. You're left with this much, and you can imagine what this is gonna be for. It's gonna be for the buckle assembly, right? So same concept with the suspenders. It actually turns out that if you cut it at 70 inches long, you end up getting enough material and enough leftover pieces like this to cut out your other pieces, connector pieces or whatever. So, I mean, it's not exactly every piece that you need, but close enough. You don't want to cut a strap the whole length of your side, because then you're kind of wasting some of that material if you need something that's wider than 1.5 inches. I don't know if that makes any sense. That's why I cut off the neck and at 70 inches, and that gives me, see all my necks, when I get my side, I cut the neck off. So I know that every neck from here that way is going to be 70 inches. So I mark my my sides, and then I cut it off at 70 inches at the neck. Now this is going to be used for a lot of other pieces, smaller pieces. You can even cut out your chin straps and chin straps and glove straps from this straight edge here. So that's what I do, and all my necks are down here. Maybe that'll be a video for another day. Okay, this chair is going to be good for other talking spots. All right, so I'll leave this over here. And what am I doing? I don't need this anymore. Now we're going to punch his name in the strap. And you get to see that process too. I think I'm done with this. I only have 30 minutes on this camera to record all at once. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but I'm going to have to break my no edit rule if the battery dies or I run out of recording limits. So you can't judge me too hard on that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and use this guy. All right. This is just a regular Arbor Press. You can find that Arbor Freight or Harbor, I don't know, Lowe's, Amazon, and I use this. I don't zip it down to the table. It has holes that you could kind of use a lag bolt or something and zip it down to the table. But all I do is hold it back as I pull the lever down, and that is suffice for what I do. All right, so this is a part that's a little bit hairy for me because I don't like it. You know, I'm gonna have to move over here because I have more space. I'm gonna have to move over there because I have more space. Okay, stop yelling. I'm gonna zoom in right here. That is the zoomest in it can go. All right. I always start people's names, the first letter, the same spot every time. And that is 16 inches up from this rivet hole over here. So this is where the trigger snap's gonna go around. This is the back part, not the front. The front's over here. This is the back. So from this hole up towards their shoulder blades, it's 16 inches. That's where I start the first letter. That's just me. This way it looks uniform. But you can do whatever you want, to be honest with you. You can actually punch yourself in the face if you want, but I don't know why you would, you know? Okay. So this is a long name. So what I do is I put the stamps right here. I look at my invoice and I spell it out here. Obviously, you might have some double letters. Just make a space. So that indicates to me that there is a double letter there. V-A-L-D-E-L. See, there's another L. I could buy another set of stamps, but I'm not going to do that. V-A-L-D-E, V-A-L-D-E-L. Okay, that's taken up. A-M, that's taken up. A-M. See, I kind of don't like when it does that, though, because now I'm screwed. All right, so these are my stamps. And I'm going to leave this here. And we're going to go ahead and double check this. E-L-D-E-L, D-E-L, A-M-A-R. A-M-A-R. All right, so I'm going to line her up over here. Put her at 16. And start with the first letter, which is V. And before I do anything, I want to make sure that is indeed the back, and I could tell because this is where the holes I marked right here are for the lapel mic. And these are the holes that are going to weave through the buckle right here. So this is the back. My battery's about to die. Let me check. Yeah, my battery's about to die on the camera, and I'm only down to 10 minutes left. But let's go ahead and hit her in, and then I'll change batteries. And I kind of want to go deep impression on this because he wants a white outline. I actually want to go deep impression on everything. because it helps the paint and it looks nicer. But especially when you're doing an outline, when you're painting with an outline, that deep impression helps. And this is English Bridal, so it doesn't stamp as well as natural vegetan that's cased. I just spit load myself. You didn't see it though, but it was a good, like a good healthy 2 ounces of spit that came out just now. You probably didn't recognize that happened, but I just called myself out. L. V-A-L. Now we're gonna go D. Okay, I gotta be quiet because I'm not focusing here. And if I mess up, it's your fault. Every single person is watching this video. I'm gonna blame you. There's another L. V-A-L-D. What is V-A-L-D? V-A-L-D. I think E. V-A-L-D. This is just an unusual name. V-A-L-D. V-A-L-D. E. You can't unstamp this, so just take your time. That's why I check like a million times. It might be my OCD-ness. But I have a pretty good record on not messing up. That's actually a lie. I messed up once. Maybe more than once. I'm trying to sound really cool, and it's not working out. V-A-L-D-E. V-A-L-D-E, and then L. See, this is just getting really weird on me. V-A-L-D-E, V-A-L-D-E, V-A-L-D-E-L, and then now Lamar. Okay, I think we passed the weird section there. I'm not saying his name is weird, I'm just saying it's unusual. That's a nice way of saying that it's weird. But I'm not saying this weird, I'm saying it's unusual for the record. You know what I mean? Now L-A-M-R. A-M-A-R. Let me double check that. A-M-A-R. I'm using 3/4 inch stamps, by the way. You could use a 1 inch, but when you run your sewing machine, it's gonna run over the edges of those letters. And you definitely could do that. Especially if you're hand stitching, it'll look kind of clean. L-A-M-A-R. But I'm running it through a sewing machine, so I'm not spending 4 hours hand stitching, which that's how I started, and I really do love hand stitching. But L-A-M-A-R. It's really hard to make, money if you're spending 8 hours on one strap. You're gonna have to charge a lot in order to do that. And there's guys out there like me that don't charge $400 for a radius strap. But in order to get to that point, you need the tools. L-A-M-A-R, L-A-M-A-R. I still feel nervous about this. I don't know why. I'm just an unusual name, Hey, if you're watching this, Valdelamar, I think you should give me like another maybe $2,000 tip for not messing up your name while I'm stamping this. I think that'll be the right thing to do. If you don't do it, then you're not a nice person. All right, that's a joke, by the way. Let's see. Is that gonna pick up? All right, I think that's just stamped. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna glue the backing to this, let the glue settle, then I'm gonna paint it, and then I am going to stitch it after that. Probably not in this video, but there's the stamp. You saw how quick that was. I spent more time trying to make sure that I was spelling it right, and I'm gonna check again right now, because this will be the time to catch it if you mess up. You don't wanna put it all together. V-A-L-D-E-L-A-M-A-R. Let me check again. V-A-L-D-E-L-A-M-A-R. Yeah, it's just an unusual name. All right, so that's good, guys. I'm gonna put this stuff away. Here's a little tip. When you put it away back, when you put your letters back, your stamps, try to put them back alphabetically, because it's easier when you get them later on. I don't know why I'm going to show you that right now, but I am. I don't have to show you this, but whatever. You know what I do? To find out where the letters go, I actually sing the alphabet in my head. The way I did when I was in kindergarten. A, B, C, Q, R, S, A, B, C, D, E. So it's weird, but it works, you know what I mean? All right, what I'm gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and say hello. Hi. And then we're going to glue this bad boy. Let me get this camera a little bit closer. Put her in the corner here. Yeah, we'll do it like that. I actually could put it on the table. Let me do that. Yeah, let me do that, y'all. Hold on. Because that might be the way to go. You guys like to see on the shop table. That's a good view. I should have done this before. Well, now you're stuck with it. Okay. Okay, that's a better view, right, y'all? I think that's a better view. Yeah, that is a better view. Way better. Wow, I should have done this a long time ago. Can you see my feet? No, you can't. Wow, that was dirty. Did you see the bottom of my feet? It's embarrassing, kind of, to be honest with you. All right. All right, now we're going to glue this. Like everything else, I have pre-cut backing material down here. And this is 4 to 5 ounce natural veggie tan. This is Wicked and Craig. No, sorry, not Wicked and Craig. This is Herman Oak natural veggie tan, 4 to 5 ounce. I use a 9 to 10 on the top. And what I'm going to do here is flip this. This is cut at 2 inches wide, so I have a little wiggle room, right? So you have wiggle room, so you could trim this off. Actually, we're going to do that here in a second, but this is why I do it. Because once it settles in, I trim this real clean and it comes out super sharp. So you do waste material, but I don't, it's not really wasted because I turn them into, all that cut off, I turn them into whatever you call those things. Little mini, what is it? What do they call it? You know what I mean. Straps, little strips. Anyway. Pencil, I'm gonna outline this. This is just a guideline of where I need to glue on this so that I get glue over the whole surface. It don't have to be super perfect, this outline. Like that would be suffice. Gives you a faint little outline. And then obviously right over here, I can cut this off because I don't need it. That little bit there. This little piece is not big enough to do anything with, but I'll use it to turn it into my little product tags, you know, which I make with this die. I'll turn that into a whole bunch of product tags that go with the finished product. So I'll leave that over there. Turn that off right there. Now we're gonna glue. I've seen guys do this different ways. I use these, whatchamacallit, or cardboard, I think they're called, or corkboard, that's what they are, corkboard. This way I don't get my table full of glue. I'm still using, oh, I got 13 seconds. Let me change the battery and I'll be right back, all right? I'm not even gonna change the angle, so you know this is still no edit, bye. All right, I think we got a new battery in. Yeah, new battery in. So we're good to go. Okay. I'm still using Weldwood contact cement. Okay. I made a couple videos on this, but this is just a glue pot with that on there. And what I'm gonna do is I might have to turn the fan on, y'all. I already got some of the windows open and the big garage doors open. I'm gonna flip this up. Now I don't put the backing material, the polyester webbing in between on this one because the radio strap doesn't really hold that much weight, but I do it on my suspenders just for extra strength, but on the radio straps I don't. It only takes a couple minutes to do that, but I found that you really don't need to do that. Let me get a better angle here because I kind of want you to see this right there. Okay. All right, I'm gonna cut the fan on. Give me a second. Might be a little windy and a little loud. That's gonna help get that out of here. You guys seen my last video or a couple of videos ago on my new gluing technique. I'm gonna do that and I found it to be super useful. Okay. And when you put some fresh glue in here, it's a little more, it's not as viscous. So it kind of goes pretty fast on this. See, I was talking and I forgot that I usually start with a coat on the backing material, the thinner stuff. I let that dry. Then I do what I'm doing now and then reapply a second coat on the back. But I didn't do that. So now I'm committed to only one coat on the back. The reason why is because I think the flesh side kind of absorbs the glue. I never used to do that before, but I think Weldwood has a different compound or a different ingredients now, and it's not as strong as it used to be. In fact, Don Gonzalez, he does this twice so that it gets a better adherence. Is that a word? Adherence? I guess it is. I made it up right now. If it's not, then you could put it in the dictionary. Call him up, call Webster and tell him Sophia said to put that in there. I'll allow it, but I guess we'll find out. It's not gonna hurt. I can reapply again, but this is where I should have done this first on this end. Let it dry, hit it up again, the second coat. That's what I should have done, but I think it'll be all right. I'll just put a lot on. So I'm making sure, this is the reason why I have those guidelines, because I want this to go over the guidelines so that I know for sure I'm getting a good connection. That's better. Adhesion, you know what I mean. Hello? Is this mic working? Yeah, it is. I had that one no edit video I made that the mic just turned off. I didn't even know it. And that was really annoying. So I'm going a little heavy on this side because I'm not gonna put two coats on. But it wouldn't hurt to do it like this, let it set and settle, and then doing it a second coat and then applying it when it's tacky. Can't go wrong doing that. Like I said, Don Gonzalez does that. He just wants to make sure that it stays on there. And I was doing that just to the one side, the flesh side here on the back. But I was talking to you guys, and if this strap comes out bad, it's your fault. I'm gonna find every single one of you. All right, we're just gonna go ahead and run it the way I usually do anyway. I used to do it like this all the time anyway, never had a problem. But we're gonna let that sit, and we're gonna talk while it's sitting. You know what I mean? And now what we're doing is we're waiting for it to get tacky. But in the meantime, I would say probably 2 or 3 minutes, and we'll apply it. But in the meantime, let's drink coffee together. I hope you guys are doing well. I do want to talk to you about what's on my mind a little bit as far as the leather shop. And that is, I would say 80% of my business is indeed suspenders, radio straps, chin straps, and glove straps. I'm known for that. That's what I do. Firefighter leather. So I think I'm going to, moving forward, I might have to work on the website because I have a lot of other stuff that's kind of busy. I don't sell that much of the other things. So I might really focus on what sells and really try to grow that. So I think I'm gonna start doing that. This year I'm gonna focus on that and stick to what I know how to do, what people know me for, and what people order. So why not just run with that? I might do that. All the other stuff could be extra stuff, bonus, one-time builds and stuff like that. But look, it's already ready to go. This is probably a little bit too wet for my liking, but because I only put one coat on the back, we're just gonna roll with it. And what I'm doing is just making sure that I'm on that line, that's all. And then now that this is glued, now we can start working on the other stuff that needs to be done. So while this is gluing, I say gluing, but I meant to say drying. While that's drying, we can start working on the other stuff. And by the time we're done with that, then we can come back over here and start messing with the paint and stuff. But a couple of things we need to do first. These items right here, especially this guy. You guys see me do this a lot. This is what gives you that nice adhesion on the edges. So I flip it, there's some glue back here, take that off. I go from the middle out that way. I do a little roll job here. That's a Sophia leather term. It's called roll job. I want to make sure that stuff is sticking. Now this is getting the flat side, but the edges are, we have to take care of the edges. That's where this comes in. And I want to really define those edges, okay? And what I'm going to do is once I do this, I'll tap it with the hammer. On all the edges again. I don't know if that does anything, but it makes me feel better about myself and I can sleep at night. And then I'll keep this out because I'm gonna have to touch this up every once in a while. I'll check it every 20 minutes and hit these edges again. I want this to really stick, to adhere to each other. I don't want it to come undone. So I always wanna come back every 10 minutes or so. I don't want it to separate. So now you can see a clearly defined edge. I'm gonna flip it over. I'm gonna do a little look job to make sure nothing's separating. And this is a problem I had before when I only had one coat, was that I didn't want to stick. This is working out just fine, so. I'm gonna keep this flip. I'm gonna leave this out because I'm gonna touch it up every couple minutes. I heard somebody. Oh, I forgot to do my little mallet thingy. This is just tradition. I don't know why I do this. I don't know if it works. I think that bone folder kind of did the trick. But if I don't do this, then the job's not done right. You know what I mean? I'll go ahead and hit this again. I'm gonna leave this flip like this because I'm gonna do this, like I said, every 10 minutes or so. It's probably overkill, but the other day I did the one coat and I came back and I saw that it was separating at one spot and it was freaking me out. And because of that, now I instituted this new technique. Takes a little longer, but I want to make sure that it's done right. Okay, we can start working on this now. This is drying. I'm gonna leave this out. I'm gonna turn the fan off. Stand by. Okay, hold on. Take these sandals out. Okay. There's a fly in my coffee, and I'm gonna drink it anyway. You don't believe me, do you? There's literally a fly in there. See it, that little black dot? That is a fly. You know what I'm gonna do here on TV, on YouTube, for the internets.com? I'm gonna grab this fly, make sure it's out of the coffee, and I'm gonna drink it anyway. It disappeared. What do I do now? What are people gonna say if I actually drink this? I don't care. It's protein. That's not gonna hurt. God made flies. It's actually in Genesis, it says, drink flies. It's good for you. It sounded like that too. I'm looking at it now, it's not a fly. All right, here we go. All right, so we're gonna trim this and we're gonna run it through the sewing machine. Okay, basically that's what we're doing. Take my little X-Acto knife, has a new blade on it. I'm gonna run this across. Lacing, that's what it's called. We're gonna turn this into lacing. Oh, I just remembered right now. All this little extra stuff that we're cutting off will turn into lacing. That's what it's called. But for my purposes, I use it for just tying things together when I ship and stuff. So if you guys order something and you see it, your strap tied together with lacing, it actually comes from me, the process of making your leather. I have a lace cutter that I use, a Tandy bench top, and not the best, but for me, it gets the job done. All right. Now these edges here, I don't even try to use that. I just go ahead and punch it out with the tool. That's what I do. This is going to be a long video, I could tell, because I want to at least finish, I at least want to stitch this, and it's going to take another, video-wise, another 30 minutes, probably, of no editing. But I kind of want to get this done, you know. This is going to be my first strap stitched with this new layout in the garage. Kind of backed up on orders a little bit, and I need to get this all sorted out. That's done. I'm really eager to paint that. So part of the problem or issue or something I've been thinking about is, when do I paint that? Do I paint that after I stitch, or do I paint that before I stitch? You know what I mean? And it's a 3/4 inch wide strap. So the foot on the sewing machine is not going to really walk on that. I don't know, man. You know? I don't know. I feel like stitching it first and then painting it, but sometimes I feel like painting it first and then stitching it. Don't know, my friends. But anyways, that's done. I'm gonna cut off these ends real quick. I'm gonna use the tool. A lot easier to just cut it off than it is to run it your X-Acto knife over it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? A little bit of noise here. Stand by for the noise. This is too short, but she's done. See? Nice clean edge. Ready for stitching. We'll set the sewing machine up here in a second. See how much easier it is to just cut this off than it is to run your blade around that? And it is easier to cut the long end first and then cut it off with this versus the other way around. Trust me, I've tried both. Don't do this first and then try to cut your, trim the long end. It's just, I don't know why, this is just more efficient this way. See, I can use this. So I'll leave this over here because I'm going to repurpose that. That's done. Ready for sewing. I kind of want to get these pair of suspenders done. Maybe I'll just, this will be a really long video. I don't know. Maybe I'll break it up. Who knows? We'll leave that over there. And then I'll put this away. All right. Now we have to get the sewing machine. I want to do something different, okay? I do. And that is, hold on. I want to do something different. I always wanted like a table to run my belt on while it's running through the sewing machine. So I might actually use this table and bring the sewing machine right here so that as it's feeding, it's going straight onto the table. Should I do that? I don't know. I'm not used to that. That might be not a good idea because I'm going to run out of space over there and it's going to bunch up. And yeah, that's probably not a good idea. Let's not do that. We'll just run it the way we've been always doing it and not change anything. How about that? All right, here we go. This is going to be good. All right, we'll do this like this for now so I could show you how I set this up. Let's see what color we need here. Black stitching. Oh. Well, this guy wanted red stitching on the one we just glued. By the way, let me hit these edges up again. Now that we're talking about that. What I should do is just wait until this dries, trim it, and then stitch this one because the thread's already on the machine. But I'm not gonna do that to you. I am going to, let me see what color he is actually. That might actually make sense. Yeah, see, he wants red on the one we just glued. This guy wants black. It makes no sense to undo this, right? It doesn't. So I'll tell you what, we're gonna change plans here. Move a different direction. We're gonna put this away and we're gonna paint those letters. That's what we're gonna do. And then we'll call it. We'll leave this right here. That's gonna be another time. Because by the time I finish painting, I can probably trim, right? I'll trim it and then we can glue it. So let's go ahead and just paint. You know what I mean? This is a little nerve-wracking, to be honest with you. He wants, oh, by the way, my son made that little paint box thing over there. Over there. That little box right there, that's where the paint's at. I'm gonna go grab it. He painted that Sophia leather colors. He wants red with white outline. So I have everything right here. I have this and a Q-tip. Okay. Hold on, I gotta check my email. No, thank you. All right. Let me confirm that again. Red. In red lettering, white outline. All right. So I have everything right here. Red lettering, white outline. And we're gonna call it good right there. I'm gonna change this from, we're gonna change this to manual. Hold on, we're changing this to manual focus. I don't want it to be going in and out. All right, so we're painting red letters, white outline. That's what we're doing. Got my paints. Q-tip, just in case I need to fix something. I'm gonna take, oh, I should take off this apron, because it does get in the way. Yeah, let me do that, because it gets caught. This right here gets caught every time. So let me, hold on guys, let me take this off. I only have 7 minutes left on this video anyway. Taking my apron off because it gets hung up. All right, can you hear me now? Yeah. All right, this is always nerve-wracking for me. This is a new technique that I'm doing. So I'm not a big fan of doing things while I'm nervous, but since he wants a white outline, it gives me the freedom to, you know, mess up and get into the you know what I mean? Like if this paint gets into the grooves, I'm gonna cover that with an outline. That's what I'm trying to say. So I can kind of not be careless, but not have to worry about having paint fall into the cracks. You hear how I'm talking all quiet and everything? Bob Rosing it right now. Now this is how a lot of guys paint their letters. And I just got into this game. And I gotta say, the more you do it, the better you get, the more efficient, the more faster. The more faster, is that English? The more efficient and confident you get getting to that edge. You know, because just the red by itself like this, that looks really sharp. Let me change the camera angle because I want you kind of to see. Give me a second. I'm gonna bring this a lot closer, y'all. like right on top of it. You know, actually, I can bring this way now. I don't have to be committed to right there. Yeah, let's do that. Let's bring her in. Let's get a little closer, y'all. We are painting letters. How much time do I have? Oh, I got 4 minutes left on this video. I'm trying to do the autofocus, the manual focus, so it doesn't go in and out. All right, let me turn this off and turn it back on because I only have 4 minutes left. All right, hold on. All right, I'm back. So like I was saying is, the more you do this, the more confident you get and not going on the edges or getting really close to the edge. But like I said, this particular order, he wants a white outline anyway. So if I run into that edge there, I'm not worried about it because I'm going to override it anyway with the white outline, which is going to look really sharp. But red by itself does look sharp. And the interesting thing about doing this technique, you're not really painting per se. What we're doing is we're just dumping the paint on there. You're just dumping the paint on the leather. Apparently I can't concentrate and talk at the same time. Ooh, ooh, that was a close one. But knowing that I could go into the outline, into that little knowing that I could do that, I'm kind of pushing the envelope and seeing how close I could get to the edge without falling into the stamp for practice anyway. So I'm not going to waste this opportunity to practice knowing that if I do get in there, it's not a big deal because I'm going to cover it up. One thing I do suggest is not to drink coffee before you do this. I got jittery hands right now, bad. I do have a video on how to paint letters on leather. And in that video, I have links to where you can buy all these things. You see how low I'm talking? I'm really literally trying to focus and talk at the same time, and it's pretty hard to do. Oh, he has such a long mane. What I might do is once this is painted, I'll trim. And then I'll stitch it on the machine because the thread is already on there, the red thread. I don't know why, but I like going left to right. Because I can see my hand placement. This is boring. Can you see my hat? Is this crowding? Let me take my hat off. I just realized that you probably couldn't see the whole time. Like S's and D's are kind of hard. To getting jitterbugs here. Oh, I got a hair stuck on here. Is that a mustache? It is a mustache hair. Is that an optical illusion? Oh no, there is a mustache hair on there. Wow, that's funny. Now the outline is relatively easy. You just gotta stick the needle in the groove and make sure you don't slip out of that groove. That's why it was important to stamp it deep. Natural veggie tan, when you case it and you stamp, it leaves a really deep impression, which makes this easier to do. This English bridle, since it has oils already, tallows and stuff, doesn't want to leave a really super deep impression. Although I've seen guys tool this and really looks really sharp. Violet's Custom Leather, check him out on Instagram. He will tool English bridle like this, and it comes out really sharp. But that requires patience. I think you have to like really case the leather, really soak it. I don't know, I never really mess with that. Oh boy, this is hard. Can't believe you guys are still watching. This color is, I just spit again. Look right here, you see it? It's a spit. This color is Fire Red from Angelus Leather Paint. I found this to be the most requested color. Of course, I have a lot of different colors, and that's something that you could do. You could offer your customers, I spit again, look right here, see that? I need to drink water. You can send the brochure or the color card to your customers and say, hey, these are the colors, let me know what you want, and then buy it from Angelus. Just for their one job, you can do that. I don't do that, I probably should. Like I said earlier, I'm gonna spend some time this year and kind of just focus on what I sell, and really try to improve that and try to sell more of that. I just spit again, look right there. It's a problem, y'all. All right, this is what I'm gonna do, y'all. This is gonna be the last video for the day. I have to let this dry completely before I hit the white outline. And I'm gonna make my son breakfast, and we'll pick up another day. I actually gotta edit this video, which is a lot easier to do because it's a no edit, but I just gotta stitch it together and upload it. And then next time you see me, it'll be a week or so from this video. And then I'll do the white outline, I'll stitch this thing. I think moving forward, I feel confident enough that I'll stitch the strap first and then I'll paint. That's what I'll do. Because now that I'm doing this, I know that I still have to run this through a sewing machine. That's kind of borderline freaking me out. You know, knowing that, man, I just did all this work and I got to run it through there. But the foot stops just shy of the stamp. So I should be fine. Shouldn't be a problem. But then you run the risk of the machine not wanting to cooperate. And then you have a goofed up stitch, and then you did all that work on the, you get it coming or going, you know? What if you stitch first just fine, then you paint, and then you mess up? Or what if you paint first, and then you run through the sewing machine, and then that messes up? You gotta pick your poison. But I have confidence in what I can control, which is this paint, the sewing machine. You can do everything right and it'll booger up, you know? Although it's happened to me not too many times, but it has happened. And I was kind of freaking out. So I had to do a little repair job. Not repair, but just modify. I had to modify the foot. And so it doesn't leave such a deep impression. I'll go over that in another video one day. Violet Custom Leather, by the way, he told me about that. You just shave down or file down the foot because it leaves a pretty good mark. This is it. We're at the tail end of that. I think that's suffice. Yep, and then we're gonna do a white outline on that. So that's painted. I don't know how long that took me, 15 minutes. I'm gonna let that dry, feed my kid breakfast, and then do the white. I might do the white here in a second, but let me do this. Whoa, that is actually crazy. Let me go autofocus. All right, y'all. So we got a lot done today. This is the worst. This is the worst outro I've ever seen. Well, whatever. We got a lot done today. Trim, put together this radio strap, glued it, painted it. First part of the painting. So look out for the next video. We're gonna finish up the process. I hope you guys have a good week. God bless you. Thank you for watching. Talk to you later. Goodbye.